friend of mine. This is Daniel Evans. He's the owner of Lions Pride LLC, better known as the Lions Den. And we just want to come to you guys briefly today and kind of talk about some of the things that he does and some of the services he offers. And, you know, just a good opportunity to meet another good entrepreneur that's kind of like in another field other than what I do. I know you guys enjoy seeing what I do and stuff like that, but there's other business opportunities out there, and he happens to hold about 3 or 4 different ones under his belt. So without further ado, Mr. Evans.
How y'all doing out there? Ontario.
Yes, sir.
This is a good friend of mine that we've been vibing and just kind of brainstorming together for, I don't know, 6-8 months, something like that. Mm-hmm. And so my name is Daniel Lionsden Evans, like you said. We're here in Smithfield, 839 South Brightleaf Boulevard here, and we're just trying to just go live to let people know what we're doing here and how we can actually help you. If you are looking to start a business, looking to take things to the next level, we can definitely help you get to that next level. We have a couple different things going on here as far as credit repair, taxes, do resume writing, do insurance, and we have a call center that we're going to be opening up here within about the next 30 to 45 days. So we're trying to create entrepreneurs, trying to put people in a position of power and authority. People can understand that they don't have to depend on a per se 9-to-5 job. They can be more more secure in their finances by being in charge of their own income and having their own business. Be collaborating with a lot of different people like my boy Ontario. He is my IT guy. Does a lot of good work for me, and we partner with a lot of different things. And so we was having some conversations, a couple weeks ago about what we wanted to accomplish in 2020. And one of the things I want to, say first and foremost is this is 2020, the year of clear vision. So a lot of things that we able to see clearly was because of the work that we did in the past, and now we able to see some things clearly for the future. I wanted to get into some things like Chamber of Commerce, giving back to the community. Want to get into some I don't know, try to start a Big Brother program or something for underprivileged kids. Try to help with the unemployment rate, things like that. So those are some huge goals of mine and some real some deep desires of mine that I want to accomplish as not only just a businessman but as a man, period, trying to help give back to the community that has given so much to me over the last few years. And I'm pretty sure Ontario feels the same way.
Absolutely. About
his organization and what he has going on in his business. And so that's what we're doing, trying to make, just make some different things change and be responsible for some of the outcome of our neighborhoods all over North Carolina and America.
Right. I had jotted down a couple questions, guys, for Daniel to answer for you guys, because I'm making this segment pretty much about him. Like I said, he's a good friend of mine. Always willing to listen to me when I got an idea or something like that, and kind of give me his point of view on my idea, and then we just kind of share information. So I jotted down a couple questions that I wanted to ask him, and so you guys can kind of get a feel of what he does and how successful he's became in being an entrepreneur. So one question is, can you teach anyone credit repair? Is that something you feel like you can teach anyone? Or you feel like...
Yeah, that's a very good question. I've always been a very good instructor and a teacher, dating back to the years in the Marine Corps. I was a marksmanship instructor. And my job in the Marine Corps as a marksmanship instructor was to take young men who have never fired a weapon before,
right,
and teach them how to shoot the bullseye from 500 yards away.
So and can teach that. You can teach anything.
And I used to always tell the people, the drill instructors and all the Marines, say, if the recruit can understand English, or if I say I can teach a monkey how to shoot the weapon, as long as he understands English.
Right.
So as long as they can understand, and sometimes I have to break it down a little bit, to get on a certain person's level. But I can teach credit repair to anyone. This is not some rocket science that we have to figure out the secret code. There's no 4-digit PIN number to learn the success to being able to do the credit repair. So in essence, if you have credit, then you can be taught how to repair your credit.
Wow, that's awesome. And I'm sure this is a question a lot of people will ask. How long does it take on average to repair a person's credit?
Okay, so there is not really a right answer for that question, but I will give you the most safe answer. To repair credit is a lifetime process.
Right.
Most people, if you spent you go through a bad marriage, a divorce, things like that, you have some less than perfect marks on your credit. Good credit just comes with time and just consistency.
Gotcha.
But to get you in the box where you need to be, on average, about 60 days.
Okay.
But even at that 60-day mark, there's still going to be some things you have to do ongoing. Credit repair and credit restoration is a lifestyle change.
Right.
It's not some magic trick where I can just zap my fingers and bam, you got a 700 credit score. But it's what you do after you get that score is what really drives the point home to a person's credit. I can repair your credit, but if when I repair it, you destroy it again, then it's kind of like defeating the purpose of getting it done, because you have to know how not to apply for a credit card, how not to go and just get a card because they say you can have it if you can't afford it. So credit and your finances go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So if a person can't control or can't maintain their finances, then their credit is going to suffer as well.
Right.
Because most of the time credit is dependent on a person's account. I take those, ma'am, a person's account on what they're doing in their credit. So to answer that question, in my experience, I'm able to get a person from point A to point B in about 60 to 65 days.
Wow, that's pretty quick. That's only like 2 months.
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy. And you would say same scenario if the person, let's say that you taught someone how to fix credit, they can fix their own credit with those same things that you give them.
Well, in essence, everyone has the power to do their self-help.
Gotcha.
You can, if you study enough books, you can fix your own coffee breaks down.
Yeah.
You can doctor on yourself if you have any illnesses, if you read the right books. And credit is no different. If you can read the right books and understand the terminology and how credit works, if you understand how credit works, and you can repair your own credit. So the point of them being able to learn their own credit, that's not a real issue.
Right.
But yeah, they can you can learn your own credit repair if you know how credit works. And what was the question?
Could you repair your own credit? But
Yes,
you teach them?
You can pay your own credit, and you can be profitable, and you can make money doing it as well. So yeah, that's definitely something that you can learn and be able to do yourself.
Okay.
But I will add this to it. The reason why they have people like me is the same reason why they have mechanics. The same reason why they have people that go and have an IT person like you. If I knew how to fix my own computer, then you would be out of a job.
Exactly.
If I had the time to learn how to fix my own computer, you'd be out of a
job. That's true.
Even with the mechanics, if I knew how to get under the hood with a YouTube video and do my own car, then the mechanic be out of a job. But because I don't want to mess anything up, I pay too much, good money for your stuff to mess it up and then be my fault. So I already put a responsibility on the person who said they're the expert.
Right.
If they mess my computer up, then
they're reliable.
You're responsible for it. If the mechanic messed my car up, then it's his problem.
It's a liability.
So if somebody messed their own credit up, it's on them. So people pay to get their credit done because they don't want to stand the risk of messing something up and making it worse or doing something they don't know what they're doing. And so they pay the experts to do it. And that's why, we're able to be successful.
Absolutely. Is this a business that you would say is a recession-proof business?
I will say it's a recession-proof business because when a recession is at its hardest and the economy is doing bad,
Yeah.
that's when credit matters the most. So whether the economy is doing bad or whether the economy is doing good, back in the old days, when you had a little country store or a little convenience store in a one-horse town, sometimes you was able to go into the store and go shopping, and they just say, put it on my tab, because that person had good credit, meaning that this person's word is good.
Yeah.
When you don't have good credit, you have to come up with the cash money, and in the tough economic times, cash is harder to come by nowadays, and credit is more accessible because the credit says that I'm good to pay for whatever I'm asking you for up front in advance, and you're going to get your money with interest, and that's what that means.
You made me think about something when you were saying that. I remember we had this conversation. Cash isn't king anymore, is it?
And you know what? When I grew up, the big time ballers said cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money, dollar bill, y'all, and everybody thought that cash was king. But unfortunately, because the American currency is devaluing, every year, cash is no longer king. Credit is king. So if you got 800 credit score, so riddle me this. A person, two people, a person with $100,000 cash and a person with an 800 credit score, who has more power?
Credit score.
And why would you say that?
Because they can do more with it. They get access to lines of credit and stuff like that. That's just based on me being around you and a little bit that I've gained from that. I'm sure you can, get more in depth with that, but for what I've learned.
So he's 100% correct because the person with the $100,000 cash, his money is only worth $100,000. And once he spends that money, it's gone.
It's gone.
The person with 800 credit score can go to 4 or 5 different banks and get $100,000 each out of each bank. So now that 800 credit score, he's able to get 400,000 or 500,000, and he's able to use his credit to get more money. So the person with 800 credit score has more power than somebody with $100,000 cash. That's real talk.
Absolutely. Would you say how fast can you make money doing this business?
So just with any other business that you do, just like the things that you do with your IT, a person will get out what they put into this business. I can sit you down and in a 3 to 4 hour session, a learning session, a seminar, you can leave the seminar and you can make your money back the same day. I normally charge about between $500 and $700 for my classes to learn how to start our own credit repair business. And everybody who's been to my class so far has made their money back and some the same day. Within 24 hours of them taking my course, they've been able to double their money and make their money back. So it's a win-win situation. You're able to not only fix your credit yourself for free, because you're not going to charge yourself, right?
Right.
But you're also able to use what you learn off your own credit to help restore and build and fix somebody else's credit. So it's really like one of those one of those businesses that keeps on giving, even long after somebody's credit has been repaired. You can always offer your expertise and your advice on how to maintain and get them on a different financial level. So it's always good to be able to do that. But yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the other questions I was going to ask, because I'm sure someone would ask, is how much you would charge if you were to do another seminar. And I heard you say between $500 and $700.
$500 is if you just want to learn how to start a basic credit repair business. If you wanted some mentorship, I have a mentorship program that comes with a monthly fee, unlimited access to video conferences and text and voice calls, things like that. That package is $700 up front, and then $90 a month on that package. So,
And that's because you're getting continuing ed in a sense. Something changes, something new comes out.
Yeah.
You have him as your life coach. I like to call it life coach.
yeah, and that's exactly what it is. It's
Yeah.
my mentorship program. Matter of fact, my personal assistant here, Mr. Tommy Hicks, he's actually part of my mentorship program. That's why I made him my personal assistant, so that he can actually see exactly how I move, how I make deals happen. He's been on a road trip with me already, going to Mississippi when I had to do some things and open up an office down there. So the mentorship program is, like you said, a life coach. You're able to get continually ongoing access to me in my personal life and business. And able to get access to some of the things that I have access to. Currently, right now, I'm highly recruited from car dealerships and real estate companies. I have about 15 real estate agents and about 12 car dealership salesmen that actually use the Lions Pride as their number one main source of credit repair to get that people qualified. Because for a real estate agent, you're looking at the difference of $10,000 to $15,000 commission for selling the house. And they 5 points away from that point to sell a house. Then they're going to have the best people on their team to get it done.
Absolutely.
And so I have a team of girls. I can't even say the name. In Tennessee, I have a team of girls that has me on a team as far as the credit repair goes. I have people in Kentucky, Mississippi, and I have real estate agents here in North Carolina that actually uses my service for their customers to buy houses.
Wow.
Realty Financial is the company that in Tennessee that I did use my services.
And that's huge, you guys, because keep in mind, a lot of people don't even know the resources are out there to fix their credit. A lot of times you'll see a lot of companies all partnered up with somebody. I have heard of other companies like Lexington Law was a big one. But from my personal experience, because I actually went this route, I utilized Daniel Evans, and I've had success in utilizing him. So strong recommendation, personal recommendation. I tried them for myself, and I found out that credit is important because even as a business owner, I don't want to go to the bank and have to pull out, utilize my $20,000 to make purchases on parts or whatever it is I need. But if I can use a $20,000 credit line, that's somebody else's money, and my $20,000 is still in the bank maturing. So it's very important to kind of get educated on that stuff. So I definitely highly would push that you guys reach out to him for any questions. Let people know how they can find you on the web. Let them know how they can contact you.
So you can find me on Facebook, the Lions Pride LLC on Facebook. Instagram is Daniel Lions Den Evans, and that's pretty much my email address is Daniel, the letter N, the Lions Den 43@gmail.com. So yeah, we actually we all over. Most of my customers are word of mouth, referrals, things like that. But you can definitely get in contact with me. Somebody you know might need it. You can go to somebody else. You can go through Ontario. You can come directly through me. Have you need to do it. But I want to ask you a question. You down with OPP?
Business opportunities?
Hey, that was a question that Naughty by Nature posed. That you down with OPP, and people didn't know if it meant other people's property or
right.
Other people's pills or whatever you want to call it. But about 10 years ago, I had the privilege to go to one of T.D. Jake's conferences, Men Power, and he was talking about not OPP but OPM.
Other people's money.
Other people's money in order to fund a lot of the projects that he had, building his mega church, his mega ministry, using OPM and learning how to, like you said, keep your money in the bank and use OPM to get a lot of your projects funded. So we do have a project, a program that actually helps you access OPM and with your business credit in order to help gain some business credit with trade lines added to your business. All different kind of things that we can help you do if you are looking to expand your business or get a line of credit or some working capital. So I have a lot of different companies that I partner with to help make that kind of stuff happen.
A lot of resources, guys. That's basically what you're hearing. He has access to a lot of resources. So don't hesitate to reach out. Don't be embarrassed about your credit and stuff like that. He's seen it all. I mean, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. There's some people that just don't have enough established credit. So their numbers is not going to be as high as someone that has established credit. That's just rule of thumb. I mean, if you never utilized it, it's not going to be great. It's kind of like playing basketball for the first time. If you never try to shoot the ball, do you know if you can make it or not? I mean, it's the same concept. So was there anything you want to tell the viewers?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to kind of just chop it up with you. I know you got a couple more questions left on the paper. But yeah, I was talking to a minister about 3 weeks ago, and he really brought something to my attention about the way people move sometimes. And when he said something about basketball, it kind of brought two thoughts to my mind. The first thought is you're going to miss 100% of shots you never take.
Never take, absolutely.
So shooting a shot should be something you practice every day. Just start shooting shots. You're not going to make all of them, but you're going to miss 100% of the ones you don't take. Second thought that came to my mind when I was talking to this minister a few weeks ago was the fact that, and this is what he said, and it was so profound, it kind of made me think about everything a little bit different. He said, how many chances would you take, or how many things would you try if you knew you couldn't fail? And I meditated on that, and I was like, man, you're right. If I knew I couldn't fail, I would try everything.
Everything.
So that's kind of...
I'm like, yeah, I would try everything.
So that's kind of the mindset, because because the power in success is being able to see yourself doing it. They say that if you have a vision or a goal, if you write it down, it becomes a reality. If you don't write it down, it's just a dream. So in order to take that dream, to come from a dream to a goal to a reality, is being able to process it in your mind. So if you knew that you couldn't lose or that you couldn't miss, what else would you be doing with your life? What else would you be doing with yourself if you knew you couldn't lose? So I look at it as this: even when I lose, I win, because when I lose, I find out how not to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I'm kind of hard-headed. I'm from Mississippi. I don't like the word no, because I don't understand the word no. No to me means not right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No to me means that you got to come at a different way. Mm-hmm. You got to find a different way to do it. So I've been getting told no before all my life, and the word no has never killed a man before.
Right.
But it has created men. When they tell you no, you can't do something, it might be just at that moment, but eventually, if you got any kind of drive in you, you're going to revisit that thing and come back a second time and get it done right. People defy the odds. They say that, Michael Jordan defied the odds of gravity in the dunking, and they said it couldn't be done. We done been to the moon. They said it couldn't be done. Everything that we've been able to accomplish here on planet Earth as a mankind, people have said it couldn't be done before.
That's true.
And so I'm just one of those people that like to see those success stories happen, and when see somebody is against the odds and back up against the wall, and see how they come out swinging. So I definitely going to take more chances in 2020, because I really don't feel that I can lose.
Right.
Somebody can call it cocky.
Right.
You can call it arrogant. I just call it confident, and I call it faithfulness, that I know that I'm not really doing it in my own strength.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm doing it by the grace of God. So anything I put my mind to, I can't lose. So that's why I'm going to try everything until I satisfy what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
And right now I'm not satisfied, because there's so much work that can be done in the community and in life period. So
Right.
we're trying to get to the next level.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's kind of what this is about, guys. Is showing you guys that two people from two totally different backgrounds, as far as business standpoint, can come together and make things happen. Even if it's just outreach in the local community, this is something that we can come together, band together as brothers, and do. I know Daniel actually started a empowerment group. I didn't know if he wanted to elaborate on that.
Oh, yeah.
But that's something, for the brethren to kind of get together. We got to lift each other up. At some point in time, everyone goes through things. We all need encouragement at different points and times in our life, and that's just something I liked about what he did when he told me, "Hey, can you join the empowerment group?" Absolutely, I'm all for it.
Yeah, and so the empowerment group, is kind of like my way of being able to start something that we can be proud of. When we grew up, duck. When we grew up, when we when we grew up in our time, you had civil rights. Well, not in my time, but before my time, my parents' time. We had the civil rights leaders, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, all those good people, Jesse Jackson, that stood for, our rights and trying to be, civil rights leaders. Since that time, since that era of the civil rights movement, there are no civil rights activists that I don't know of that's out today.
They're not as verbose as what we've seen in years past. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. I actually had to do some research to find some when the ones that we know have made so much of a landslide or became monumental in that aspect of things. Like you were saying, like Rosa Parks and stuff like that. With what she did, it's just stuff that you don't hear people doing anymore. So a lot of their things is history. It's a part of history, but that's something that we want to change. We want to see people getting out here creating new history. Because everything you create today, hopefully sets up a better tomorrow. So that's very important. I like that.
And also just be able to have a role model for our children. I know that everybody is still mourning the loss of Kobe Bryant, and I went live a few weeks ago talking about the incident that happened with Gayle King interview with Lisa Leslie. I'm not going to get in details, but my point of the video was this: we don't have any modern day role model that we can actually look up to in the neighborhood. The people on TV, they rich, famous, they got plenty of money, but what about those local heroes in the area? The neighborhood dads. When I grew up, my dad was considered a neighborhood dad because all the kids in the neighborhood wanted him to be their father because he would be out in the yard throwing a football with us. We'd be playing t-ball and playing baseball and all this good stuff. And he taught not only us, but he taught a lot of the neighborhood kids how to tie a tie to go to church. How to be respectful toward women and things like that. So we don't see those fathers in the neighborhoods anymore. And like I say, role models, the superstars, they're not role models. They don't sign up to be role models. They become role models by their professionalism on and off the court, on and off the field. And so the Men's Empowerment Group is just a call to all men local that want to make a change in the community, that want to get together. And another thing about a man, and nothing stronger than a man's bond. You know what I'm saying? Men get together and can do some powerful things.
Right.
And with brainstorming and just with talking and being able to come together as a whole and discuss some of those topics that we're going through, but we can't necessarily say anything about it because we are the men. And the men have to be the strength, have to show compassion. We have to be the smartest one and be able to be taught. We have to, be protector and sensitive all at the same time. And a lot of times, as men, we don't get a chance to have these conversations like brothers supposed to be able to have. And so I started the Men's Empowerment Group with the thoughts of having a platform that these men can come together and not only talk about men issues, but everyone that's on the group is an entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. That's
And
right.
so me personally, I shouldn't have to go and search for an IT person. I should be able to go on my men empowerment group and get my boy, off there.
Right.
We have a guy that's a personal trainer. I shouldn't have to worry about being fat.
Yeah.
I can just call my man and say, hey man, what do you recommend for this type of workout?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
So
a big family.
it's an opportunity for men to get together and be able to collaborate on businesses,
Right.
but not only businesses, just be able to touch base on their personal lives and help out with things in the community. So that's why I started the Men's Empowerment Group. We haven't had a meeting yet, but we're working on getting everybody's schedules together because everybody that has a business, business are real crazy right now. Me doing the taxes and credit right now, tax season is real hectic. So a lot of things, a lot of time can't be allowed because of the business, the peak season of business. So when we get past a certain point, me and Ontario are going to get together and we're going to be able to have a meeting so we can get together with all these different men. And every man that's listening and watching right now, you're welcome. You're invited to come and join the group. If you have any ideas about what we can do and how we can do it, your ideas are welcome, and we take everything into consideration.
And you guys can leave comments down below. You actually can reach out to him directly. He gave you his email. And he gave you his Facebook. You can tell them that again so they have it again.
Oh, yeah. So the Facebook is The Lions Pride LLC. And my email is Daniel, the letter N, the Lions Den, 43 at gmail.com. And Instagram is Daniel Lions Den Evans.
All right, guys. And you know my channel because you're watching my channel now. So if there's anything we can do to help you guys, please feel free to reach out to either one of us. But until next time, like, subscribe. Take care.
All right.